Welcome to Front and Center with Jacquie Jordan.
Hi, Jacquie Jordan. Melissa Joan Hart here. I hear you have a new iHeartRadio podcast, Front and Center. That's awesome. So, here's a toast to all the people making an impact.
This is Front and Center with your host, Jacquie Jordan.
Entertainment and pop culture expert Jacquie Jordan is with us.
Two-time Emmy-nominated Hollywood producer Jacquie Jordan.
We are the show where we talk with the change agents, the storytellers, and the activators from behind the scenes, making impacts. And joining me is co-host Phillip Barbb. With show producer Stephanie Cobian.
I think the number is like less than 10% of the employees even know what the values are at a company.
Having that amount of self-awareness is half the battle.
For me, it's everything's happening right now, all possibilities in different dimensions of time.
Hi, this is Front Center, and I am Jacquie Jordan, and I'm joined here with Stephanie Cobian, our show producer, and co-host Phillip Andrew Barbb. And if you haven't heard me say this before, I've got a friend here. Monique Evans is joining us, and we've been having this conversation about consciousness and business. And I've always said, if you want to change the business, you change the business owner. And Monique actually does that. She works one-on-one with business owners and changing them. And she has a background of 20 years in corporate America. So just give us the compare and despair between corporate America and then working with the entrepreneur and the business owners these days.
Oh, it's so interesting. Well, working in corporate America, people are, they're being told what to do, and they have a very specific job that they're responsible for. And the entrepreneurs are responsible for everything. And a lot of entrepreneurs aren't used to managing everything. And so there's just all of their nuances come out in entrepreneurism. So it takes a strong spirit to move forward.
So you're working with businesses, and then when they do have resistance. In another show, we've actually talked about you're working with a lot of egos, because if you work with smaller businesses, especially, you're dealing with personal people. Mm-hmm. How do you navigate with the relationships, with these people and their businesses, which can be their babies? Sometimes you can't separate the business from the person.
I think that if you're showing up for the session, I do explain how it works. And I think that just explaining how it works helps take people a little bit off of that defensive edge. But when we're in it, if they're hearing things that they don't like, I welcome them to share it, because that's your truth. That's being authentic. And I can only help you when you're in that state. So it's welcoming whatever shows up.
I think doing the coaching, and it's so important. And I was I always kind of, I think we were talking earlier about even Tiger Woods has a swing coach. Mm-hmm. He can only see the ball in the club from one angle.
Right.
And it's so having someone that can come in, ask the right questions, provoke the right type of, answers and insight. It's so valuable. But I think you touched on a little bit, you have people coming to you and they're already kind of there. Mm-hmm. And it's but that it's so interesting how that resistance, even to who are you to help me with I know my stuff.
Monique, I'm not being resistant. I'm not being resistant.
I
tell you I'm not being resistant.
Yeah.
And it's, I always kind of love that, the question of what are you pretending not to know?
Oh, I love that. That is so good.
And I try to ask myself that, all right.
I ask myself it this way. If you did know the answer, Jacquie, what would it be?
I love that one. That's such a beautiful one. I use that. I refuse to accept I don't know.
So good.
Which is weird, because the last time I just said I will, hey, I don't know. But it's asking that. Well, what could it be? Not needing to have an answer. Not needing to have an answer for the sake of just having an answer, but for the process of the thought.
It's allowing yourself to know. It's really giving yourself permission to have all those answers, because you do. They're all inside of us. Everything is here.
A lot of people think that intuition is separate from running a business, but I run my business a lot on intuition. That's where I get my pitches from, my ideas from, my creative inspiration from. And it's not like I have to sit behind my desk at that moment and behind a computer to find a solution. But if I have the channel clear, it comes in, I'm like, oh, that's what I need to do. Or, or the intuitive thought of, oh, this is who I need to call. I mean, and then because that is so fine tuned, I can be like lightning, making things happen just because,
as long as you're taking that action. Because it's one thing to have the intuition, but it's the other thing to take the action.
Well, it got too painful for me not to take the action.
Yeah.
The missing the opportunity because I thought it in the shower and I just didn't pick up the phone. I can't. That is way too painful to.
Well, I think, and you use a perfect word, right? Opportunity. Like when you retrain yourself to see resources, opportunity, and possibilities in every single situation.
Even the negative ones, or the ones that you think aren't going your way, or if there is no negative.
When you know that there's always a way, like when you actually just own that. I think it's like, there's so many different theories on like gamifying your life and making things more of a game and just fun. And it's like, you just start to be like, oh, cool, opportunity. Here we go. We'll try this. We'll do this. Did it work? No?
Worked.
Okay. Or maybe it did. Awesome.
But
great.
You're not attached. So you don't have that resistance.
You're not attached.
You kind of let go of that resistance.
Exactly. Yeah.
One of my things that I always tell Jackie is not necessarily the intuition end, but mine is always trust your gut. So people who don't necessarily have an intuition about things or foresight is one of the first things I think where to start is listen to your gut. When I do not listen to my gut, it always comes back to me.
Guess what? That's your intuition.
Always. Right. But I'm not on a larger scale yet.
Right.
Like
My mother.
I'm not seeing things, who to call yet. But that's what I'm saying for people who are listening, that it's about, if you're not on the intuitive level yet, that is to know who to reach out to, know that it, like following things, it is to start by listening to your gut, obviously going to somebody, the openness to other things, but it's listen to your gut. Yeah. Listen to your gut.
And oftentimes the work that I'm doing, I'm actually validating what people already know. So, I mean, yes, there's some golden nuggets in there that are new and we explore and extrapolate from. But oftentimes, like, I knew that. I hear that often. I'm like, this is the validation. Here's the validation to your... I am just kind of creating a container to your inner genius. I'm just reflecting that back. A mirror.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today on Front and Center. And if you've missed some of our other series, you can find us at frontandcenterpodcast.com. We've got more interviews to share with you.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Front and Center with Jacquie Jordan podcast. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram at TV Guestpert. We'd love to hear from you.
Are you ready to take your seat front and center and need some behind-the-scenes media training? Sign up for our online course, Media Marketing. For more information, go to tvguestpert.com. If you're ready to write that book you've been putting off, join us at guestpertpublishing.com for a how-to step-by-step online course that shares your publishing options and paces you on how to structure your book.